Splat. That's the sound of Jurassic World thundering into thousands of theaters across the country and doing a face plant. Another disappointing summer blockbuster in a summer full of them. Hi, I'm Jeff Baker from the Oregonian. This is local film critic Marc Mohan. We are on the same page with Jurassic Park. Wow, it's bad. Mark, let's go back and forth with our 3 or 4 most disappointing things about this Neo-Spielberg disaster. Number 1 on your list.
Number 1 on my list, I guess, would be the fact that it doesn't have Steven Spielberg directing it. Probably is the source of most of its problems, and there's just no joy or wit or humor to it the way that there was in Jurassic Park, the first one. The couple jokes that are attempted kind of fall flat. The humorous characters that are supposed to be funny aren't, and the movie just is content to sort of scare you and never tries to amuse you. It
really makes the first one look good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you could say Spielberg, and the first one was the inspiration for this one. Another way to say it would be they took the best elements of that movie and ruined it.
Yeah.
I would say my number 1 most disappointing thing about it was it really looked cheap. I thought the Jurassic World, the theme park aspect of it was modeled. It looked like a bad Bridgeport Village or something. It didn't, have any snap to it. And the special effects, the dinosaur special effects, I watched part of the first one on TV the night before the screening. And I was thinking in 22 years, special effects have come a long way, but you wouldn't know it from Jurassic World, where the animatronics, the actual dino-on-dino action just didn't feel special
and
at
I guess
all.
I wonder how much of that is the fact that maybe the special effects back then weren't as sophisticated, but with somebody like Spielberg directing it, you had that suspension of disbelief that made them almost seem better than they were compared to this one where the reverse happens.
Mark, another disappointment for you.
Well, I thought that the character played by Bryce Dallas Howard was one of the more sort of retrograde, sexist creations of Hollywood in recent memory. You can tell that they're trying to go for sort of a screwball comedy vibe with her and Chris Pratt. She's got this skirt and high heels, and she's, tottering around throughout the whole movie. But she is, except for a couple rare moments, she is an idiot. She is the person who makes all the poor decisions. She's this shrill corporate individual, and it just felt like something out of the 1940s instead of the 21st century to me.
Interesting take. Another disappointment for me, and a big one really, was the science. Again, in the first one, it's based on a Michael Crichton novel. It's pop science. It's not hard science. But in the first one, they at least tried to say, this is DNA and we extract it from amber. And in this one, it's just like we genetically made, a mutant dino. Uh-oh, he's loose. There was no foundation behind it. One thing that you liked about it, one saving grace.
Boy, I mean, it's hard for me to come up with one, frankly. That it wasn't longer, I don't know. Or I would like to say that the saving grace is that it will flop at the box office and there won't be another Jurassic movie, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's probably going to be a huge hit, and we'll get another one of these in a couple of years.
It's tracking to be a huge hit. I'll say my saving grace is the performance of Chris Pratt. I thought he was a likable action guy, like when he was in it, when he was walking and talking and, training his raptors, it was a better, more enjoyable movie.
He's about the only guy who kind of seems to get what they should be going for.
Right. Anyway, whatever else is out there, don't go see Jurassic World. I'll keep recommending Mad Max until it leaves the cinemas, and then I'll recommend it on video.
He's seen it 10 times by now.
That's right. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.